Alright, so let's go ahead and start by looking at your shape. So, thumbs up if you drew the correct shape. Okay. Drawing the correct shape is the hardest part of this. And I don't know where we struggle with when we draw our shapes, but if you start at 1, 3, you connect 1, 3 to 3, 3, and you follow that pattern. So if you did not draw the correct shape, then obviously you need to erase and draw the correct shape. So start with that. Stand up when you either have your shape drawn or you got the shape right, so you're gonna stand up right now. Alright, and then the counting part of being able to count your sides and add them up. I mean, I don't know what else to do. So essentially, your answer should be 20 units. Some of you guys got real close with 19, some of y'all got real close with 21, and then some of you, I don't even know. I have no idea. But again, if you're counting to find the perimeter, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think where we get most confused is right over here in this section. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, and then 8, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so again, if you did not get this right, please get this down. And I hope that if you didn't get it right, you're redoing it right now and you're gonna be turning it in within the next 10 seconds if you want a new grade. If you don't want a new grade, keep it glued in your notebook. If you got the correct answer, then obviously glue it in your notebook. Alright, go ahead, once you have corrected that, open up your notebooks to the next blank left page and copy the title down for me. You are going to need a couple of colors. At least, let's say, at least 2 or 3. It's how to find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. Elisa, come on. Sit down and be quiet. Do not make me come back over there. You walk into the office and come back to the door and come back and let me know. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, it focused.
Yeah. It's working.
Okay, so we are going to be working on finding the distance between points on the coordinate grid. There are going to be two options for you to do this. We're going to go over both of them. One of them is a little bit more difficult. One of them is a little bit easier. So, are you finished? You want to know how many you're wrong?
What?
You know how many you're wrong?
No, I just submitted it. I gotta
All right, so like I said, there are two options. We're going to look at option 1 and then option 2. Option 1 says, plot the 2 points on a coordinate grid. So, oops, sorry, can't say that. So you're obviously going to, if you're given 2 points, you're going to plot them to start with, because how are we going to find the distance if we don't have our points on our grid? All right, the second step for that one is to simply count the spaces between the points, kind of like a board game. So you know how you roll a dice and then you got to move around the board? It's kind of like what you're doing with that. So just make sure you're counting the spaces between the 2 points. I know that seems kind of like, why do we have to underline that? Because sometimes we count the lines and that gets us thrown off, but we have to count like the actual boxes in between. All right. The second way, like I said, this one's going to be a little bit harder. This one you have to apply absolute value to your points. That is why this is more difficult. So it says, look at the 2 ordered pairs and find the one they have the same. So you're either looking for the X or the Y in this one when it says the one they have the same. So you're looking for the X or the Y. And then you're looking for the one that is different. So if both have the same sign, you're going to subtract the absolute value. So if they have the same sign, we're subtracting. So same and subtract start with the same letters. Kind of sometimes how I figure it out. Sorry, I spelled the word wrong. And then if the signs are different, you're going to add the absolute value. All right, we are going to do both on our graph here in a second. We're going to plot our points and we're going to count them in between. What do you need to? Here. I just need it back. So we're going to count. So we're just going to plot our 2 points and we're going to count. And then we're also going to find the same and the difference and do the absolute value way. So obviously one way, like I said, is really easy, kind of common sense, you just count. But you don't want to make the mistake of counting wrong, because if you do, then you're going to get the wrong answer. So the first thing, or the first points that we're going to plot are A and B. So someone tell me how to get to point A. It's -7, 9. All right, Zoe B, or Zoe R. I'm sorry. 7 to the left, okay. And then what?
9 units up.
9 units up, yeah. Okay. So you should be 7 to the left and 9 up. Alright? For B, someone tell me how to get to B.
You go 7 units to the left together and go up 4 units.
When you go, Langston is outside, Miss Waters' room, will you walk him down, please? Alright, so take your color and draw that line. And then the easiest thing for this, again, is what? What would be the easiest way to find the distance between these two points? No, just to count it. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is 5 units. Come on, refocus. I know you can do it. No? Cool. Alright. I love you, original. So now we're gonna do the same thing for this first line, but we're gonna use the absolute value. Alright, so we have to find the ones that are the same. So which coordinates are the same? So this is my x, this is my y, this is my x, this is my y. Which ones are the same? Fill out. The x ones, right? So I would just circle this one and this one. And technically, we're not doing anything with those. Those are the same. Alright, now, it tells us we're going to do what with this 9 and this 4? What are we doing with the 9 and the 4? Kylie.
You're subtracting them.
But am I subtracting them or am I subtracting the absolute value?
Absolute value.
Okay, so you're gonna do 9 inside your absolute value bracket minus 4 inside your absolute value bracket. And then this just becomes 9 minus 4, which gives us what? 5 units. So we know we've done it right for 2 reasons. One, we did our subtraction, and then also we've already counted the spaces, so we know how many spaces it should already be, correct? So which way do you like better? Which way do you like better? Gemma?
The one where you have to count the spaces.
Okay, the one where you have to count the spaces. All right, Lily?
I like the one where you have to add or subtract.
Okay.
Just clicks better with it.
Now, my recommendation obviously is if you have a grid and you can plot your points, by all means, I would definitely use the counting. It's less chance of error. But what happens when you don't have a grid? That's when it gets a little bit difficult, right? What are you probably gonna have to do then? You're either gonna have to use the second strategy or you're gonna have to draw your own grid and then you're gonna spend 15 minutes drawing on lines that you don't really need. Okay? So just be careful with that. Yes?
Would use the counting the spaces and then do that to check it.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. You can count the spaces and then you can also use the absolute value to help you check to make sure you've done it right. Either way is good. All right, so let's do the next 2 points. All right, so C is -5, -6. Raise your hand and tell me how to get there. -5, -6. How do I get there? All right, Levi.
Go 6 to the left,
Okay.
and then 5 down.
All right, and that is point C. Yes, ma'am.
Is Langston in here, or did you already send him up?
I had one of my students just walk them up.
Okay.
Yeah. You're welcome. All right, and then the next one is 3, -5. So how do I get to 3, -5? Christiana. 3 to the right and 5 down, and that is D. All right, and then take a different color, draw your line. And then again, we're gonna count these spaces.
Do you have William by chance?
Who?
William Mustard?
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this should be 9 units. Thank you. All right, and then we're gonna do the absolute value way. So now we're looking at our x and our y, our x and our y. So the -5 and -5 we're not using. What do we notice about our x values here? What do we notice about them? Cristiano?
One is negative and one is positive.
So one is negative, one is positive, so then what do we have to do?
Addition.
We have to do addition. So we're gonna be adding the absolute value of -6 plus the absolute value of 3. So this becomes 6 plus 3 equals what? Gemma?
9.
9 units. Okay, so both of these are a strategy that you can use. I want you to use what you feel most comfortable doing. Okay? Alright, go ahead and slide your notebook over to the right side. And here goes me. Copy down the title for your right side. I would not glue this paper in just yet. I'd hang on to it because you might need it while we're going through our lessons today. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to do the warm-up a tad bit different. I actually want you guys to give me points, and we're going to plot each point that our classmates give. I'm going to take 6 of you guys who want to give points. So who would like to give me my first point? Alright, Kylie.
3, 4.
3, 4?
Yeah.
Alright, so tell me how to get there.
You go to the right, and then you go up.
So go to the right 3, up 4. Alright, and we're going to label this with a K. Alright, who would like to give me my next one? Alright, Levi. You can do whatever you want. Whatever number fits on this. -4, -3. Okay, we're going to label this with an L. So how do I get to -4, -3? Okay. Alright, I need another one. Alright, Delilah. What'd you say?
-3,
-3, 3. We're going to label this with a D. Alright, how do we get there?
Go 3 to the left and then 3 up.
So 3 to the left, 3 up. Alright, I need another one. Alright, Aiden.
7, -4.
I'm going to label this with an A. Alright, how do we get there?
Go to the right 7 and then down 4.
Alright, I need another one. Alright, William.
5, 6, -7.
Okay, how do I get there?
Go right 6 and then go down 7.
So right 6, and we're gonna have to make an imaginary dot down here. Of course, I'd expect you to do nothing better than that, William. Always keeping it interesting. Alright, I need one more. Alright, Gemma.
1, 2.
1, 2, and we're gonna do this. Label that with a J. Alright, how do I get there?
Go, right 1 and go up 2.
So right 1 up 2. Alright. So for the most part, I feel like we're comfortable with plotting points. We agree, disagree? Feel comfortable with plotting the points? I mean, you guys are getting the right, left first and the up, down second. That is the most important thing, honestly, is to be able to find those points. Alright, thumbs up when you have all these copied down. Alright, let's slide down to 14.2, number 1. So number 1 says write the coordinates of each point. So as a group, you guys are writing A, B, C, D, and E. When you're done, stand up for me. As a group, you're working together to get those points.
Let's just go. 8 4 3. What are the coordinates for point A? No, I think you were volunteering. Thumbs up if you agree. 4, 3. All right. What are the coordinates for B? Delilah.
4, -2.
All right. Good. Okay. All right. What are the coordinates for C? William,
3, -5.
thumbs up if you agree. All right, what are the coordinates for D? Levi, thumbs up if you agree. And what are the coordinates for E? Kaya, excuse me, thumbs up if you agree. All right, what's the problem, Isaac? What's the problem? Why? Huh? Just focus. All right. So number 2, it says answer the questions for each pair of points. How are the coordinates the same? How are they different? How far away are they from the y-axis to the left or to the right? And how far are they away from the x-axis above or below it? So we will do the first, we'll do A together just so you guys kind of have an idea of what the expectation is. All right, so the first part, how are the coordinates the same? So we're looking at A and B. So if we look at A and B only, how are these coordinates the same? So how are they the same? Delilah?
I was gonna say that A and B are the same because they both have a positive 4.
Okay, so could we use math terms? They both have a positive 4, but what coordinate is that? Is it the x or the y?
I meant yes, the X.
Okay, so x coordinates, same. All right, how are they different? How are they different? Gemma?
A has a positive 3 and B has a negative 3.
So y coordinates are different. All right. How far away are they from the y-axis? So A, if we're looking at A, remember this is our y, this is our x. How far away is A from the y-axis? Lily?
3 units.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. From the y, so again, we're looking at the y-axis, how far away is?
4 units.
Okay, so 4 units. And B is how far away from y? Y'all should be looking at your, if you don't need me to go over this, then I won't. I just wanna make sure you guys know the expectation, because y'all looked a little bit of a deer in headlights. But I have people not paying attention at all. William? You are so far zoned out, you have no idea where we're at. Levi? So 4 units for A and for B. And then how far away are they from the x, above or below? So looking at A again, how far away is it from the x-axis? Ronnie? How many?
3.
Yep. And B is how far?
B again.
Sure.
2. No, 3.
3. Alright, so that's about the information that you're gonna need. So you're gonna need to know how are they the same, how are they different, how far they are away from the y-axis, and how far away they are from the x-axis. Alright, so you're doing this for B and for C. Alright, when you are done, stand up. Go ahead. You're working together as a group. Sorry, my fault. That's exactly what it is. Remember, you're just doing B and C, and then you're standing up when you're done.
I'm done.
You guys got about 30 seconds. All right, so how are B and D the same? How are they the same? Delilah? Okay, how are they different? You said they're both negative. Okay, how are they different? Levi. What do you mean they're different? Are they different or are they the same?
Oh no, you gotta say.
Okay. How far away are they from the y-axis? Ronnie? So B is 4 and D is 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how far are they away from the x-coordinate? Somebody other than Ronnie? Cristiano? Who? 3 and 3? All right, what about A and D? What do you notice about A and D? How are they the same? How are they the same? Delilah?
I was gonna say anything, they both have the same X and Y coordinates, but it's just in the negative one for
So the X and Y are opposites?
well, yeah.
Okay. All right, how are they different?
One has only positive numbers and one has only
So one is positive and one is negative?
negative.
Perfect.
Alright, how far are they away from the y-axis? Camden,
They're both 4 units away from the y-axis.
okay, and then the x-axis? Go ahead, Camden.
They're both 3 units away from the x-axis.
I have a question. I heard Levi say it, he was talking to his group about it. What did you notice when we were finding the distance from the x and the y-axis? What did you notice? Because technically we have positive and negative numbers for our coordinates, right? But we didn't write positive or negative distances from the x or the y-axis. Why did we not? Why did we not? Why did we not write a negative distance? So like we just said for this last one, A and D are both 4 units, but yet you guys told me that A and D have positive and negatives. So why are we writing -4? Kylie,
Wait, aren't we?
did we write -4? We said A and D are 4 units from our y-axis. Why are we saying that, even though one is a negative, why are we saying that it's a positive 4 units? Has nothing to do with ratios. Kylie? And what do we know about absolute value? It cannot be what? Cannot be negative. So a distance from the x or the y, regardless if your coordinate is a negative or a positive, it is going to be a positive distance, positive units. So just keep that in mind. All right. Number 3 says, point F has the same coordinates as point C, except the y coordinate has the opposite side. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put F. I'm going to put equals. And I'm going to look at C. And it says it has the same coordinates except for the y is the opposite side. So the y is going to be opposite of -5, which is what? Aiden.
5.
Okay, so it's going to be 3, 5. Do you guys agree? Yes, no? Okay, so let's go ahead and plot that. So we're going to go 3 to the right, and we're going to go 5 up, and our new point is F. Alright, slide back over to number 3. It says plot point F on the coordinate and label it. So we did that, just put a check there. Then it says, how far away are F and C from the x-axis? So we're looking at this one. So how far away is F from the x-axis? How far away is it? Emma, how far away is it?
5.
So from F to the x-axis is 5, and then how far away is C from the x-axis?
5.
5? Alright, so 5 units. And then it says, what is the distance between F and C? So now, you guys told me from here to here is 5, and from here to here is 5. So how far away are these 2 units? It's 10. So 10 units, and the way we get that is by doing 5 plus 5. Does that make sense? Yes, no? Yes, no? Okay? Alright, so point G has the same coordinates as E, except the x coordinate has an opposite sign. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go down here. We're going to put G. Now we're looking at point E. So what is the opposite sign of E for the x? What's the opposite sign for the x? Gemma, do you want to answer or no? Okay. Kyra, what's the opposite sign for the x in E? 5. So this is going to be 5, 3. Alright, so now, how do I get to G? How do I get to G? William?
For 3.
No.
We're running a little late, sorry.
No, you're fine. Emma and Isaac. Go
So
ahead.
it'll be past 10:05.
That's fine. Yeah, they're good.
We don't need to-
Um,
So you go 5 left,
Okay.
and 3 up.
5 left.
Oh no, not left, right.
Okay, so 5 right, 3 up.
I don't know why left and right.
It's okay. Every day I gotta go like this, so. Alright, so that is where your point G is, 5 to the right, 3 up. Alright, so again, A says plot it, we did it, check it off. Then it says how far away are G and E from the X, or the Y axis. So we're looking at Y this time. So from G to Y, how many units is that? From G to Y, how many units? Christiana? Alright, and then from E to Y, how many units is that? 5, so they're both 5. And then again, we wanna find the distance from G to E. So from here to here, you guys told me was 5. And from here to here, you guys told me was 5. So how many units is it all together? Aiden? And we figured that out by doing 5 plus 5. Alright. Number 5 says point H has the same coordinates as point B, except its both coordinates have the opposite signs. And which quadrant is point H? So point H is right here, and we're looking at which point? Which point are we looking at to figure out what the coordinates are? Kyra? B. Alright, so what's the opposite of 4? Kyra?
Negative
And what is the opposite of negative 3?
3.
Alright, so we're gonna plot our point. So we're gonna do H. So someone tell me how to get to negative 4, 3. Christiana?
Go 4 to the left and then 3 up.
So 4 to the left, 3 up. This is H. And what quadrant is H in? Yep, quadrant 2. Alright, flip your paper over. So 14.3, you are going to essentially use this grid to answer 2, 3, 4, and 5. What we're gonna do together is make sure you have the right coordinates for these dots, because what do you notice about the dots? If you look close, what do you notice about them? Aiden?
The like X's are in between the boxes.
Yes. Alright, so outside your box, or your grid, sorry, I want you to write A, B, C, and D. So A is negative 1.5, 2. B is 3.5, 2. C is 3.5, negative 3. D is 3.5, negative 4.5. And E is negative 1.5, negative 4.5. Alright, you are working as a group to answer 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna start with 10 minutes. If you finish before the 10 minutes, please stand up. Go. You're working together.
Yeah, it would be 6 and a half.
It would be fine. Yeah.
I did the adding. Is 5 meters away. That's what we're looking at. And then for number 4, yeah, just
So we probably have a B, and C. Hey, that's similar to one of the other ones. Yeah, they're not negative.
I don't care. This is what you didn't even do the last one. I found it. The point is. Yes, I did. It's 1 point. Okay. X coordinate is 1.5. Or negative 1.5. And then the y coordinate is 4 point. There's 4.5. Positive. above A.
You guys got about 3.5 minutes? If you're standing, what should you be doing with your mouth?
Not talking.
Alright, let's go ahead and go over these. Alright, so what is the distance between point B and C? So what is the distance between point B and C? Okay, cool. Alright, Ronnie.
5 minutes?
So 5 units. Thumbs up if you got that. Okay, and just to kind of show, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Okay? Alright, what about points D and B? Delilah.
7 minutes.
Okay, so hold on. We're going to talk about this, and this is why we got to be really careful. So it's 1 whole unit, and then, Leo, is that another whole unit, or is that like a half a unit? It's a half. All right, so this is actually going to be 6.5 units. Okay? Now, is this? That was totally the wrong sentence starter. These points are not as nice as the other ones we dealt with today, right? Just because the other ones are whole numbers, no problem, just count from point to point. But now we have halves. So would the absolute value process almost work a little bit better with these, you think? Maybe, possibly, no? Or you're still gonna go with, I'm just gonna count and hope that I get it right?
Yeah.
That's fine, fair enough, I like it. Confidence in what you're good at, right? Okay, C. So how far are points D and E from each other? Gemma?
5 units away.
So you said 5 units? Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's technically 2, that's technically 3. Yes, so it is 5 units. Alright, which of the points are 5 units from negative 1.5, negative 3? So which one, or ones, are 5 units from negative 1.5, negative 3? So to figure that out, I would plot negative 1.5, negative 3. Oops, that is totally not the right spot. Negative 3. We're going to cross that one off. Alright, so which one is 5 units from that? Christiana? A?
And what's the other one? No. C, yep. So A and C are both 5 units from -1.5, -3. Alright, which of the points are 2 units from half, -4.5? So again, half, -4.5 is like right here. Alright, so which one is 2 units from that? There's only one for this one. What'd you come up with? Yep. And then the last one, it says plot a point that is both 2.5 units from A and 9 units from E. Label the point M and write down its coordinates. So this is point M. What would the coordinates be? Jonathan.
Coordinates would be -1.5, not -1.5, positive.
Yes. So -1.5.
The opposite y of it.
Is what?
The opposite y coordinate would be
The opposite y coordinate. Ooh, I like that. So opposite y coordinate. Good job. All right, so add that extra little bit in there. All right, you're gluing in your notes page and this page, and then the yellow sheet is your cool down. Please make sure that you get this glued in. Please make sure you put your name on the yellow sheet. Now, real quick, stop, your pencils down. I'm not moving this, so you can copy this down in a second. Who would like to play in the staff volleyball game and get beat by myself and Miss Gibson and Miss Jones?
I would love to.
Gladly. I'm not pretty good.
I would gladly.
Wait, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna embarrass
So,
real, that's what I'm doing.
listen, you're getting this little sheet of paper. Please put your first name and your last name on it. If you would like to participate.
Wait, if we're not playing, do we get to watch it?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah, I'm not playing.
Serious for a
I guess.
You guess.
Noah, you should join.
What?
I got
I'm playing volleyball.
What is it?
I only use my feet.
Well, you can still watch me.
I know you're gonna play those. Come on, baby. First and last name, guys. First and last
Wait, who
name.
all thinks we watching?
Everybody in 6th grade will be watching it.
Oh, my brother's not my brother.
Alright, guys.
I'm not doing anything.
Guys.
I don't care.
So, copy down, or not copy down, glue this in, write your name on the little ticket, bring the ticket to me, complete your pull down, and then if there's time, do imagine that.
Oh, that is really
I can jump on a station.
Watch the iPad, please. Me? I can't play volleyball.
I can't. You can. I'll just sprain my ankle. I'm sure
Guys, get focused, please. Anybody else? Guys, do not make me ask you to be quiet again.